जो, आ जाओ। जय श्री राम।
जिसके साथ हम लोग आज, जिसके हाथ हमारे सबके सर पे है, तो उनका सर पे जिसका हाथ है वो है ओम स्वामी जी। बाय बर्थ मैम इज ए जैन, बट उन्होंने अपना एक लाइफ का जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ था उनका, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम आफ्टर शी हैड एन एक्सीडेंट, एंड उनके स्क्रिप्चर्स जो आज भी वो कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं, वो हमेशा बोलते हैं हम सबको कि ये हो पाया है बिकॉज ऑफ ओम स्वामी जी। तो हम सब उन ओम स्वामी जी को भी प्रणाम करके ये पर्टिकुलर सेशन शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। तो इस सेशन में, इस सेशन को जैसे ये स्लाइड आप लोगों के पास गया था ग्रुप में, जो एक के बाद एक इसको हमने अलग अलग हिस्सों में इसको डिवाइड किया है, टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वास्तु के साथ, पितृ के साथ वास्तु कैसे कम्युनिकेट होता है। फिर आज जैसे अभी हम पितृ पक्ष में चल रहे हैं, तो पितृ तर्पण का एक सेशन हमने रखा है आप सबके लिए, क्योंकि ये टाइम है पितरों को याद करने का, पितरों को अपना प्रणाम भेंट करने का, बट उसके लिए भी एक रिचुअल्स है टू गेट मोस्ट ऑफ द बेनिफिट आउट ऑफ इट। तो जैसा हम हमेशा बोलते हैं कि ये जो सनातन धर्म है वो आज से नहीं, कई हजारों सालों से है। सनातन इसलिए है क्योंकि कोई भी चीज में अगर सच्चाई ना हो तो बहुत ज्यादा साल तक नहीं रह सकता। लेकिन ये एक ऐसा धर्म है, ऐसा स्क्रिप्चर्स है, मैं धर्म तो नहीं बोलूंगा, कि ये एक ऐसा चीज है हमारे सबके लिए सनातन, कि वो पिछले 10-12 हजार साल या फिर उससे ज्यादा भी से ही चल रहा है, और आज तक किसी ने इसको झूठ नहीं बोल पाए। तो इतने हजारों सालों से चल रहा है, तो इसका मतलब इसके अंदर कुछ तो है। और इस पर्टिकुलर सारे ये जो स्क्रिप्चर्स लिखे रहते हैं वेद उपनिषद और काफी सारे अलग अलग ग्रंथों में, तो लोग बोलते हैं कि महाभारत रामायण जो है वो माइथोलॉजी है, बट मैम का मानना है कि ये हिस्ट्री है, ये हो चुका है हजारों साल पहले। तो इतने सारे जो स्क्रिप्चर्स है मैम, उस स्क्रिप्चर्स को मैम पिछले लगभग 16-17 हजार घंटों से वो स्क्रिप्चर्स अपने टाइम के हिसाब से वो पढ़ रही है, और उसका एक टाइम के बाद स्क्रिप्चर्स उनके साथ बात करना शुरू कर देते हैं। और ये हम लोगों ने सबने अनुभव किया है जो हम उनके साथ जुड़े हैं। तो मैम स्टार्टेड राइटिंग द स्क्रिप्चर्स इन, और rather not writing, translating the scriptures, बहुत इजी लैंग्वेज में उस स्क्रिप्चर को मैम ने अपने काफी सारे बुक्स के जरिए हम सबके पास पहुंचाया है। ये कुछ बुक्स है मैम के जो अभी तक ऑलरेडी लॉन्च हो चुके हैं, काफी सारे बुक्स और आने वाले हैं जिसके लिए हम लोग वेट कर रहे हैं। जयश्री मैम के बारे में बिना कुछ बोले ही वर्कशॉप शुरू करना, हमें लग रहा है कि उनके बारे में कुछ तो बोलना चाहिए, जो हमारे साथ अपना लाइफ का एक मेजर हिस्सा स्क्रिप्चर को अंडरस्टैंड करने में और एक बहुत ही कॉमन लैंग्वेज में हम लोगों के पास पहुंचाने के लिए। तो सिर्फ हमने उनको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया, शी हैज बीन रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय द एज अ UN स्पीकर आल्सो इन 2018, एशिया अवार्ड ऑफ राइजिंग आचार्य 2023, और इवन मैम 2024, दैट मीन्स दिस ईयर हेडेक स्पीकर भी रह चुकी है। इसके अलावा भी उनका कुछ और रिकॉग्निशन जो आपके सामने हम लोग ला रहे हैं, ये इसलिए हमारे लिए वो एक गुरु है। गुरु इसलिए है कि गुरु हमें कुछ सिर्फ ज्ञान नहीं देते, अपने अंदर का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन भी करते हैं। अपने आप को जानना, अपने प्रकृति के साथ जुड़ना, जो हम उनके साथ जुड़ के अपने आप को जान पाए। थैंक यू। ये काफी सारे मीडियाज में उनका ऑलरेडी चर्चा हो रहा है, हो चुका है ऑलरेडी। उसमें उन्होंने समझाया है कि कैसे स्क्रिप्चर्स को हम अपने लाइफ में यूज करके उसका एक एडवांटेज ले सकते हैं, अपने आप को और अच्छा बना सकते हैं, अपने आजू बाजू में चारों तरफ और पॉजिटिव वाइब्स क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, जिसमें हमें और ज्यादा बेनिफिट मिलता है। तो मैं ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा आप सबका। जैसा हमने बोला था कि इस पर्टिकुलर इवेंट को हम 2-3 हिस्सों में डिवाइड किया है। उसका पहला हिस्सा हम शुरू करने जा रहे हैं बाई मिस रचना। रचना मैम। रचना मैम, कैन यू अनम्यूट?
Hi, am I audible to everybody?
Yes, Rachna ma'am, you are
Hi.
audible. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
everybody. Good morning. I hope you are having a fine morning. Thank you, Anirban sir, for the introduction. To give you like a brief insight about me, so I am also the editor to the Vastu Remedies book, and I am a professional and a passionate financial advisor and a dancer. So good morning, everybody. This is my first introduction with all of you. Just a quick check again. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Right. Anirban sir, do I share the screen for the slides or?
Yeah, you can share.
Okay, ठीक है. Anirban sir, I don't think I have access to sharing. So
I have made you co-host, ma'am. You can share. Yes, it is visible, ma'am. Thank you.
right. Okay. Right. So Bharat, let's get to the point since we've already lost on a lot of time. So Bharat as a country is very versatile. We are very blessed to have pretty much all the alignments that we need in terms of culture, in terms of science, in terms of growth, in terms of blessings, in terms of energy. Now, among all of these cultures and rituals that we have, Pitru Paksh is one of the very prominent ritual, culture, belief in a lot of places across not just our country, but across the globe. Primarily, it's very hard and strong and deep in a lot of places in our country. Now, what is Pitru Paksh? Pitru Paksh is known to a lot of people. A lot of people believe Pitru Paksh to be something to do with the ancestors. We don't know. We're doing it because we're told to do it. So, give you like a deeper insight about it. Pitru Paksh is a, a period in the year, a month during the year, which is a 16-day cycle falling in the month of Bhadrapada. It is starts with a full moon and it goes into a new moon, which is basically पूर्णिमा से लेके हम अमावस्या तक जाते हैं. इस अमावस्या को हम महालय अमावस भी बोलते हैं और ये होता है ड्यूरिंग द कृष्ण पक्षा. Now, why this season? This season is to be believed, and we'll believe because we are Indians, we live on hope. It's the time to express yourself, show your gratitude to why you are here. Why is it that you have a particular name? Why is it that you have a particular genre? Why is it that you have a particular strength in you which is going on in your lifeline? So basically, all of these elements, this season is the season when we align ourselves as to our very roots, our genetics. We thank them for being with us and we tell them to shower their blessings on us and we hope that their soul stays at peace. So this is the time to express our gratitude. According to Hindu culture, a lot of places across the globe have different ways of, doing your gratitude towards your ancestors. But carrying your ancestors' blessings is the way we carry our lineage. So that is Pitru Paksha. So if anybody has any questions, please drop it in the question box and we'll get back to you for sure. What else is there with Pitru Paksh? Now, why do we do Pitru Paksh? इसका क्या use है हमारे life में? So Pitru Paksh serves, it's extremely influential in our life. How is it influential? हम अपने घर में अपने पूर्वजों की फोटोज रखते हैं, उनको पूछते हैं, उनको याद करते हैं, उनके साथ हमारी memories है. So it's sort of building a environment around you. So how is it that you are going to make sure that this environment that you have in your house works in your favor? So Pitru Paksh हमारे लिए वो session हो जाता है, where the entire setting that you have, your livelihood, your space, everything sits in, bringing in the culture, bringing in the reasons as to why you have Pitru Paksh, you have Vastu, you have energies, you have your spiritual balance. This entire 15-16 days is the way we take the energy from our ancestors. Good, if we want to keep it, remove if there is something that that is causing a hindrance to us in terms of lineage. Good, bad, all of it put together, this balance that we want in our lives, in our surroundings, it's the healing that we need. And that is why this season becomes the most beneficial for us. It's your environment gets balanced, you are able to accept what your strengths are genetically, what you want to learn from your ancestors, what you've experienced from your ancestors, be it in person or through your blood. It's the blessing, it's the protection, it's the entire setup, which becomes very useful for us to achieve our goals, to get us to become superior beings, to get the right energy to flow through us in the particular manner that we want it to flow for us. So that is how Pitru Paksh becomes एक बहुत ही powerful method हो जाता है. जो चीज हम अपने आप से नहीं कर पाते, वो हमारे पूर्वज हमें हेल्प करते हैं. काफी सारी चीजें हमें ऐसी भी लगती है कि हमें नहीं चाहिए, तो वो भी हमें ये मौका मिलता है ये समझने के लिए कि अगर ये हमारे घर में या हमारे खून में बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है, how do you heal from that? How do you benefit from that? How do you, if you don't want to pass a certain trait or a certain thing that is happening in your house?
नहीं मुझे, हाँ, लेकिन शायद
Anirban, Sunil sir, I think, sorry, is there anything? If you feel I'm going too fast, please stop me. Anybody from the chat box can let me know. Coming back to where we were in terms of balancing our energy. तो पितृ पक्ष हमारे लिए वो एनर्जी हो जाती है जो हमें चाहिए ये सीजन, जो हमें ये महीने में सबसे पावरफुल कर सकती है, और हमारे आगे के टाइम के लिए जो हमें नहीं चाहिए वो हमें पता चलता है, और हम उस पर एक पॉज डाल सकते हैं और अपने पूर्वजों को बोल सकते हैं कि ये चीज हमारे अब घर में जरूरत नहीं है. So being accepting the good, or even pausing a certain trait or a balance or a certain pattern which you want to close and heal from your ancestors and don't want to carry forward, this is the time for you to do this. और क्या करते हैं हम पितृ पक्ष में? हम करते हैं पितृ तर्पण. हम पितृ तर्पण क्यों करते हैं? हम पितृ तर्पण उनको याद करने के लिए करते हैं, उनको थैंकफुल होने के लिए करते हैं. We express our gratitude for them, to tell them that we are very blessed to be a part of the legacy that we are in. We are very blessed for the blood, for the skin, for the thoughts. We are very, very thankful. We welcome them to give us the energy that they want us to carry forward. We also try and make peace with the past, the present, and for the future times. काफी सारी चीजें हमारे आसपास ऐसे होती हैं जिनका जवाब हमारे पास होता नहीं है. मेरे घर में ये क्यों हुआ? मेरे घर में ये कैसे हो रहा है? मेरे को ये, मैं कभी ये सिचुएशन में रहा नहीं हूँ, फिर भी मेरे को इसका जवाब कैसे पता है? मैं कभी ये सिचुएशन, इतनी बार ये सिचुएशन में रहा हूँ, फिर भी मैं आगे क्यों नहीं बढ़ पा रहा? All of these certain things that we are unable to, get answers from need healing. It comes with us, not just in our subconscious mind, but also through our genetics. It goes on, be it a good thing, be it a bad thing. किसी ने कुछ हमारे से 4 पीढ़ियों पहले किया होगा, उसका काफी बार हमें अब पता नहीं होता अब 4 पीढ़ी पहले हुआ है, बट इसका अभी हमारे पास कोई जवाब नहीं है. Can be one of the reasons that it's a lineage in the house. So many a times we express our love to them, our thankfulness to them, and we tell them to bring peace. We attract the positivity that they carried, and we heal ourselves from the trauma that is left behind. ये इसी वजह से हम उनको याद करते हैं और उनको तर्पण देते हैं. So this is how we are able to not just make the best and break the worst, for not just for us but for our future generations as well. Now, पितृ तर्पण हम कैसे करते हैं? बहुत सारे तरीके हैं. पूरी कंट्री में बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारी चीजें करते हैं. श्राद्ध करते हैं, काफी बार पानी देते हैं, काला तिल बांटते हैं, यू डू चैरिटी, यू अब श्राद्ध में काफी जन चावल, तिल और पानी तीनों का तर्पण करते हैं. अपने पूर्वजों को याद करके वो तर्पण करते हैं. These are various ways where you remember them and you tell them that they are a part of your life in forms of blessings, and there are certain things that you want that they did that you don't want to repeat, and you want to seek that blessing from them. You want to heal yourself from it and tell them that ये चीज अब हमें आगे नहीं करनी है. All of these can be done with only in the season of Pitru Paksh. It becomes stronger, it's more powerful to do it at this point of time. चैरिटी करते हैं अपने पूर्वजों के नाम की, काफी सारी एक्टिविटीज. A lot of people, strange, but I came across a very different culture that I didn't know of some time back with somebody. अब किसी के घर पे उनकी मदर की अभी recently she died. So somebody had advised him that for the next 11 months, every Amavas, do a donation in the name of your mother. So that also is a way of immediately healing from the person who has stepped out of your life and gone into being a superior being. So there are various ways. हमारे culture में काफी सारी activities होती है, but हर साल we tend to grow into it and we tend to get our blessings for it. What else? यूनिवर्सल प्रैक्टिस. इट्स वेरी सरप्राइजिंग कि हम सोचते हैं कि सिर्फ पितृपक्ष भारत में होता है, पर ऐसा नहीं है. इट इज अ यूनिवर्सल प्रैक्टिस अक्रॉस द ग्लोब. वेरियस कल्चर्स, वेरियस मेथड्स, कितने सारे टाइप्स इन द सेम स्पेस, इन द सेम 400 किलोमीटर के डिस्टेंस पे सबके अलग अलग तरीके होते हैं पितृपक्ष. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि वो यही सीजन में करे. हर कल्चर का अपना एक टाइम है, अपना एक तरीका है, अपना एक मेथड है कि वो. But this is a practice that happens across the globe, and it is best for us to embrace a few things. And it is not just a practice for the sake of it. It has multiple pieces, multiple reasons, multiple scientific backings with it. So Pitru Paksh is something that can genuinely help you remove any of your emotional blockages if you have been carrying it in your lineage, in your legacy over the years. And at the same time, you can embrace that energy if you want to take the energy from your ancestors to become who they were. This is the time. Energy cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed. It can only move from one form to the other. How we want to embrace it is up to us to decide. So it is the best if we are able to assess कि हमें क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, क्या चाहिए, क्या नहीं चाहिए. ये season will help you become, if you want to carry a certain practice from your ancestral lineage, or if you want to break a particular practice from an ancestral lineage. So this is your time to understand, tap into that energy, figure out whether this is something you want to be carried forward, or if you want to put a halt to it. It works both ways. What are modern contexts of Pitru Paksh? How do we connect Pitru Paksh in today's time? A lot of times ऐसे काफी जनों को विश्वास भी नहीं होता है कि पितृ पक्ष होता है. अब चले गए, जाने वाले चले गए, अब उनका हम क्या कर सकते हैं? What can we do about it? You have to remember, you have to be thankful for your reasons of creation. You have to be thankful for who you are, what color your skin is, what color your hair is, how happy you are, how sad you are. You have to be thankful about it. It is a part of your creation and it just didn't come. So being thankful is a practice we have to inculcate in our daily life. We are thankful to people to, अब हमें कोई पानी पिलाता है तो हम thankful होते हैं. So why can't we be thankful to our ancestors to give us, to make us who we are, to give us the environment that we have, give us the name that we have, to give us the energy that. So सबसे easy, because I am a Marwadi, मेरे को लगता है कि why not embrace it? अब business बुद्धि तो सब जगह रहेगी, particularly why, you know, अब है मारवाड़ी तो है मारवाड़ी. A lot of these characters come to us by birth, come to us, and whether we want to embrace it or we don't want to embrace it is up to us. Universally interconnected, Vasudev Kutumbakam. Everything is connected. Energy is connected everywhere. We don't know if it's above us, it's below us, we don't know, but everything is connected. Touching into factors, realizing the healing process into this is up to us. And honoring the genetic inheritance. अब genetic inheritance में सबसे पहले हम सोचते हैं कि you know हमारे physical attributes होते हैं, या genetic सुनते हैं ऐसे सबसे पहले काफी जनों को ऐसे लगता है कि मेरे को तो ये बीमारी genetic है. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि खाली बीमारियां जो दिखती है वो genetic हो. There's a lot of experiences, there's a lot of activities that we have in our life. There's a lot to do with various things that we subconsciously experience in our surroundings. And फिर हमें कोई आके बोलता है कि you know ये तो आपके परदादी ने किया था, genetic inheritance, और आप वो चीज अब वापस कर रहे हो. For example, a lot of times we have noticed that for somebody who has seen maybe their grandmother or mother behave in a particular manner that they did not approve of. मेरे को नहीं पसंद कि my mom साड़ी पहने, या मेरे को नहीं पसंद कि मेरी mom काम करने नहीं जाए. At a point of time in life, they tend to become the same thing because they never acknowledged that healing with their mother. They never spoke to their mother or grandmother, or even in an ancestral form told them that, you know, this is something that I need to heal from. और eventually क्या हुआ, वो same person जिस चीज से भाग रहा था, वो same activity उन्होंने subconsciously अपने खुद के life में कर ली. We have seen a lot of cases where if the parents are divorced, at some point of time the child feels उनकी शादी हो गई, they married somebody they truly loved, but at a point of time in life they realize they don't love them, but they were not able to figure out why. This was because of a pattern that they've been carrying in their minds, and subconsciously you become that pattern as much as you don't like it. It's because you have not acknowledged that pattern and made peace with that pattern or that trauma, you tend to become it. So it is important for us to understand what we like, what we don't like, who we're becoming, who we're not becoming in a genetic manner, and understand these patterns and make peace with it. Only when we know that there is a problem, only when we know that we need to acknowledge the problem and we make changes, we make efforts to heal that problem, will we be able to change the pattern, not just for ourselves, not just for our lives, but for our future generations, for our environment, for our own happiness, for our circle. All of these factors come into place. DNA, wow, DNA is a heavy term. अब DNA सुनते ही मेरे को सबसे पहले ऐसे लगता है कि मेरे बाल कर्ली क्यों है, मेरी स्ट्रेट है, मेरी मम्मी के तो स्ट्रेट है पर मेरे बाल कर्ली क्यों है. जैसी दी मेरी सिस्टर है, at the same time she's a blessing energy to me. अब both of us, for some reasons, even though we're sisters from different mothers, we look so alike. And we have the same hair, we have the same face structure a lot of times. So DNA, just as much as physical attributes are part of your DNA, the same thing is psychological attributes. We don't realize it, but there's a lot of psychological attributes that is coming to us from the blood. If for instance, if somebody's father is balding early, then they bald early too. If somebody's father is very, very angry, it is a tendency for the child to be not angry for some time, but eventually in a point of time in life, they become that anger. And that anger can come out in various forms. Now, maybe the grandfather was like that, and then the son was not, but the grandson looks a lot like the grandfather, behaves a lot like the grandfather. These are all DNA traits that we inherit, that we get. And these are some things that we need to realize, that not everything comes out of just experiences. Certain things come to us by birth. These are the different modern souls, different views, but one universal truth. You have to be thankful for your creation. You have to be grateful for being here, for wanting to make a difference, for learning about what we're doing today. Out of the 3 trillion economy that we have, we are a handful of 50, 60 people here today trying to understand a superior being, trying to understand how do we make ourselves superior beings and keep our culture together. Dr. Jayshree, otherwise who I call, her life changed thanks to Om Swami, and he helped her understand how trauma can actually be a part of your skin, and she was able to tap into that energy through him by understanding him and help get herself to become a superior being. So this is something that we all need to realize, that unless we know what we need to heal, we will never be able to heal. अब हमें अगर प्रॉब्लम नहीं पता है तो हम उसको ठीक कैसे करेंगे? काफी बार हमें पता होता है प्रॉब्लम है, but हमें पता नहीं हो. We don't know how do we touch that problem. So healing your trauma, especially the ones that we inherit, can be done in a manner where you have to give it an acknowledgement. You have to first tap into the problem and then understand, make peace with it, heal your soul with it, and tell yourself constantly over and over that this has to be healed. But the problem is, how do you understand? हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि हमारे ancestral problem आ गई? वो हमें पता नहीं चलेगा. So there are various ways in which you can sort of understand where your trauma actually lies. why is it that there is this behavior with you for no reason? For example, there was this case study that we were reading about. अब उस केस स्टडी में था कि the man is hotshot CEO, has a good family, has a loving wife, has beautiful children, but for some reason he gets angry every now and then. This is there in one of the articles also of Om Swami, that he gets so angry every now and then. उसे खुद को नहीं पता होता कि वो गुस्सा क्यों कर रहा है. So later when him and his wife found out various ways that this was a perpetual problem even with his grandfather. He saw his grandfather be angry for no reason, and that's how he inculcated. So the minute उसके आसपास कोई काम नहीं होता तो उसको गुस्सा आता है, या उसके पास एकदम सब खुश चल रहा है, हॉलिडे पे कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं है और उसको सडनली गुस्सा. It's because he at a much later phase when him and his wife actually had started having issues, and while they were trying to resolve their issues, he realized that the reason why he gets angry is because that was a subconscious pattern he had seen with his grandfather. So that's when he realized कि वहाँ problem है. So understanding where your problem actually lies is where you will be able to start resolving it. अब अगर हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हमारे बाल क्यों झड़ रहे हैं तो हम उसे ठीक कैसे करेंगे? कोई खींच रहा है उसमें भी बाल झड़ते हैं, अब जरूरी नहीं है कि उसको ठीक करने जाएंगे. So you have to understand where your trauma lies and you have to start tapping into it, especially if you feel it's a pattern that's coming without a reason. It can be your ancestral issues, emotional inheritance, like we just discussed. There's a lot of paternal behavior that we inculcate with legacy, whether we accept it or not. There is either it comes as fear कि हमें ये रिपीट नहीं करना है, तो हमें उस चीज का डर हो जाता है, which is also a trauma. Either it can be the factor that I need to shut myself out. अब कोई अगर बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा करता है और आपको वो बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद, आपके घर में ऐसे हो रहा है, तो आपका रेजोल्यूशन टू अ पॉइंट होगा कि बंद कर देंगे, हम अपने आप को बंद करें, which is also a trauma response. So you have to understand where your trauma lies. How do you break that emotional inheritance? Healing trauma. Do not battle with yourself. अपने आप को बुरा बोले, अपने आप को कोसे. Do not hurt yourself in that process. You don't even know that it is a problem. You cannot blame yourself if you don't know if it is your mistake or not. अगर हमारी गलती होती है तो हम खुद को कोस सकते हैं, पर ये तो हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हमारी गलती है या नहीं. Why, when under certain circumstances you become someone you were never meant to be, it is clearly a sign that you may be dealing with trauma or hurt that you are not fully aware of. Rule out nutrition and fitness. Staying fit, staying healthy is non-debatable, it's non-negotiable. You have to eat right, you have to exercise right. Eating right, exercising are yogic therapies. They are magical, beautiful therapies. Ayurveda particularly also has diet. At least India में हम आयुर्वेदा अगर सुनते हैं तो हमारे diet plan season, months के हिसाब से change होते हैं. It is all a healing. So staying healthy, staying fit is mandatory for you. If you feel that there is a problem that you cannot assess, it is okay to seek help. It is okay to get therapy. We have so many cases where therapy has helped so many people bring out the best in them only because they acknowledge that they need healing, they have a problem. And when they were able to touch into that problem and heal that problem, their true energies came out and they are living the magical life. It is okay to seek help. How do you understand that you have a problem? So Om Swami has given a very significant method and it's a very powerful method of understanding where your trauma lies. First, we try and get a core complaint. अभी जो हमारी प्रॉब्लम है उसे हम लिखेंगे, जर्नल करेंगे इन whatever forms, जो भी भाषा, जो भी आपके मन में आ रहा है, आपकी जो करंट प्रॉब्लम है उसे लिखेंगे. उसे लिखने के बाद we will read it. When we read it, there will be certain words, certain syllables that have heavier emphasis. You need to acknowledge the reasons why you use those particular words, or you use that aggression into it, or you use the calmness into it. Now, what is a core descriptor? काफी बार, most of the times, blame game is the thing. A lot of traumas do happen because of this. So you have to understand who is it that you blame for these particular activities or for these responses that you are facing. So you write that, you write it, you journal it. I blame my mother, I blame my father, I blame my grandmother, I blame my sister, whatever it is, write it. And then after that comes, just give me one moment. After that comes the core sentence. Now, the core sentence is basically, what is it that you feel about yourself? What is it that you feel, you fear, you don't like, you dislike, you run away from? What is it that you feel about yourself? I am lonely. I am unhappy. There are a lot of times where people come up to me and tell me, I feel murderous. I'm very angry. What is it that you feel in yourself that you are not able to bring out, that you're not able to make peace with? Now that when you understand these factors comes in your bigger emphasis. If you read these entire sections together, you will be able to see where you are able to draw a line and understand what your trauma actually is. Is it you? Is it something else? Or what is it? That will help you understand what your trauma actually is. Now that we know what our trauma is, the response to it can be crazy. You can have physical issues. You can feel anxiety. You can hear your heartbeat ringing in your ears. You can break into cold sweats. Those are a lot of things that happen in anxiety when you tap into your trauma. Now, tapping into trauma, अब जब ये trauma response काफी जनों के लिए physical attribute होता है, काफी जनों के लिए mental attribute होता है. बहुत ज़्यादा सोचते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा, you worry too much about things. You get into overthinking. You get all of these things put into place. Feel that energy, feel that emotion rippling through you. It will go up, and the same it will come down. Once you have acknowledged, you will feel these emotions, and you will be able to rip it off fully of yourself if you let those emotions take the course of time that they are taking. You will feel like it's getting difficult for you, but if you don't let those emotions flow, that trauma response will not happen at a particular, it will get stuck at a particular phase, and then we'll have to restart again. So let those emotions go into the up and the rise. It will be like a band-aid being ripped off really, really harsh. But that's when you'll be able to know the core and have it healed. Now, how else do we, deal with trauma? Like we said, we journal it. Talking to our friends becomes the easiest way of de-stressing. What we commonly understand, talking to our friends. Talking to therapists also is a great way of healing yourself. So writing down what you feel, writing down certain unanswered questions, journaling it, and then talking about it to either a professional help or to your friends who give you solace, or to any family member who gives you all the love. Accept yourself the way you are once you have realized your trauma. Love yourself. There's no better healing. There's nothing better than accepting ourselves. We are perfect the way we are, good, bad, everything. Accept yourself. When an inner situation is not made consciousness, it happens outside what is called fate. What a beautiful line said by Carl Jung. Please make note of this and read this 10 times and tell us what you feel about this. This is where we come to an end with me. I hope I was not very, very, very fast, and I hope I made some understanding to you of Pitru Paksh. If you have any questions for us, please drop it down. And it was truly a pleasure talking to all of you. I hope you had fun, because I had excellent fun talking to you guys. Please contact us on these lines. And this PDF is beautifully taught to me and made by Dr. Jayshree Om, also my very loving sister. So let's bring online Dr. Jayshree Om. Hi, Didi.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Just type. I am sorry about the initial connection and the delay.
Ma'am, one small request. If you can stop sharing from your end, we can share from our end, your
Okay.
part. Thank
Okay.
you.
Stop sharing. Oh, it's not stopping now. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to see everyone once. Anirban, can that happen?
So thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, that finally you are able to join us. Uh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know. I don't have any other words to say.
No, it's okay. I'm
So,
thankful to all of you for making it and being here with us and sparing so much time.
I think blessings are there, definitely, ma'am. That's why your problem has been solved and you're somehow able to join us. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thankfully, Rachna joined me this morning. She stays in Bangalore. She's my loving sister, and she is the editor of Vastu Remedies. She took like almost about a year to edit the whole book, and with great patience, she's done it. So Vastu Remedies is there because of Rachna. So yes, all credit goes to Rachna for editing this beautiful book, which was definitely manifested by my guru. So nothing to, no credit to me at all. So can we go to the next slide? I'll just, what I thought, actually initially Sunilji was supposed to take this, but since I couldn't join this morning, so I'll take up the Vastu thing so that, all of us can, I can make justice to your time. So why scriptures? Now here, Srimad Bhagavad Gita that we call, Bhagwan clearly says that, if you're not satisfied with your own answers, it's always better to refer the scriptures so that we don't go wrong. Because with scriptures, what happens is, if nothing good happens, at least nothing bad will happen. So that's one biggest benefit of following the scriptures. So we start with our Vedic Vastu system with the Bhagavad Gita shlok. So yeah, so Vastu is a Sanskrit term basically, and where Vastu means to stay. Vas means rehna, na? Ek jagah mein rehna. That is what Vas means. And two other tattva, the 5 elements. So Vastu is made up of these 5 elements. So are we, and so is everything in this universe. So that's the reason we have to acknowledge the 5 elements that that are there. And so here the whole thing is in detail explained in the the course that we are conducting. The first basic course is Nanda. So yeah, so Nanda, we'll be covering the other ones, but the southwest is basically, southwest is the direction that we will be understanding today, because as per all the scriptures, Vishwakarma Prakash and Manushya Chandrika, Rajvallabh, everybody, all the scripture has the same language, that yes, southwest belongs to Pitru. Now in Manushya Chandrika especially, I read this verse where it says that
Southwest is the region where your deep desires get fulfilled. So that's the reason, you know, a lot of people make their rooms there, but it is not compulsory to make rooms. Rooms can be somewhere else also, but it's important that, okay, Southwest region, we acknowledge that region, and we can have, I mean, like Vishwakarma Prakash, it's mentioned that you can have your toilet there. You can, in Mansar Maimat also, toilet has been mentioned in Southwest. So it is not compulsory that the room has to be in Southwest. Otherwise, I mean, because the architects are coming with me with the problem that the entire their clientele wants room in Southwest and kitchen in Southeast. I mean, it's something, you know, where we are killing the architecture's creativity. So that's one myth that I really want to bust. So next is, yeah, so Vastu is derived from the Vedas. It came from Lord Brahma's Mukh, and this has been clearly stated in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran in the beginning itself. And because now Brahma is the creation, and he is the he's the, you know, Bindu, and everything starts from. Now we can't say why are these devatas termed as Brahma and Vishnu. Because of their energy, their characteristics, we term them. We can't just say creation from dot, creation from dot. So we name that energy as Brahma. So that's how, you know, every energy has been named, and that is what devatas are basically. Because coming from a Jain family, we have different terminology for the word Brahma. So if we have to see it universally, if we have to learn Vedic Vastu universally, then we have to understand that these names are nothing but the names of the energies, and we are praying to these energies. So here we do the invocation. We do the invocation with Vishwakarma ji, because he is the divine architect, and he has created beautiful homes for all the devatas. Dwarka Nagri was made by him. So Vastu was foremost written, actually narrated by Lord Shiva, but firstly written by Lord Vishwakarma ji. And next is, so Vastu is for whom? Vastu is for basically Grihastha ashram. That is very clear. Little loudly, please. Okay, I'll get the laptop little past me. So Vastu is for whom? Vastu is basically for the Grihastha ashram, and that is what is mentioned in Vishwakarma Prakash. Vishwakarma Prakash, verse number 2, says that. Can we have the questions later so that, you know, it doesn't disturb me? So Grihastha ashram is for the people who are into the family system and who have to, you know, earn money so that the economy runs well. Now also this is connected with the Purusharth, the 4 Purusharth which I have mentioned in this book Vastu Remedies, that dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So now with we are earning money with our righteousness, with our knowing our you know, our strength, and not cheating anyone. So whatever money that has been earned is good to spend on the family, is good to spend on ourselves, and also some of it can be given as done. And also the third part is the kama. It's good to, you know, fulfill your pleasures, so that in the later stage we don't have any deep desires, undone desires, which so that's the reason it is important that Grihastha ashram people follow the 4 Purusharths. Now Vedic Vastu Science, why was it written? Basically it was written for this Heyam Dukham Anagatam term, which comes from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Now, all answers you will not get in Vastu scriptures. Lot of answers has to come from other scriptures, because the entire, in Sanatana Dharma, the Vedas are connected. The Vedic system is totally interconnected. So a lot of answers I have taken from the Bhagavad Purana I have taken from Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So there are a lot of ways that we have to basically connect the Vastu scriptures for the right answers. So Heyam Dukham Anagatam means basically it means that a lot of karmas, lot of dukhas can be eliminated, or it can be avoided if we are mindful. So that's the reason. Now, why Southwest? Somebody just asked me why Southwest for Pitru Paksha, because obviously, if we divide the Vastu Purush in the complete system of Vastu Purush has been explained in Vastu remedies. And now these gods are placed. Manushya Chandrika says the gods are placed. Basically, these are the energy that has been placed. And the whole story is narrated in the first course. Now, it's not a course wherein you do course and you become a Vastu consultant. The courses that I have designed are for every every person who wants to run their life with a smoother pattern by removing the obstacles. And nobody can remove the obstacles other than you, because only you can heal yourself. People say that, oh, we are healers and we heal, but actually the truth is that nobody is healing anybody. The healing is happening with your own mind. And that is why it is important to understand who is Vastu Purush. If you want to do Vastu of your own on your by like following my book, then the Vastu remedies is a do it yourself book. So if you want to follow that properly, you have to understand, you have to make your mind understand that these are the energies. So you have to, unless you don't read the scriptures, you will not be able to heal yourself well. And there are a lot of ways. Just to get the right path, it's not compulsory that you follow Vastu, but Vastu is one of the ways which can actually help. So by reading the scriptures, I don't mean that you have to become a Vastu consultant. Just to heal yourself, just to remove a lot of doshas, you read the scriptures and you'll see that you're out of that problem. So that's the reason a Southwest is given for Pitrus, because it is said that on the southwest portion of when the sun is just before going down, that is where the Pitralok is. That's the reason scriptures mention that southwest. So that energy is basically where that is energy that is just before the sundown. So now what happens? How do you know which is the right southwest? So what you don't stand at your entrance, you don't stand at other points, you stand at the center, because center is Brahma. That is from the center, you are basically from the center point, the ripple effect happens. That's the reason we stand in the center of our house. It can be tentative, it's not compulsory that it has to be that 100% point, but somewhere in the Brahmastan we stand, and wherever you get 225 degrees in your compass, that is where the southwest region is. So while performing these remedies, it is best that you stand you are there in the south. So today what I'm doing is I'm just going to tell you the remedies. You can do these remedies after the event is over, so that you can do it in a very mindful way. So let's go. It's good to face east, because east has highest positive energy, because sun rises from there. Actually, it's a wrong term. Sun rises. Sun is always there. It's just the planetary thing. So now, how to energize southwest? This is the main point where all of you, I would request you to write down these points, so that it's very clear, and you can do these remedies later. Now, what happens when you do remedies? Remedy is nothing but changing your mind pattern. So when you are changing your mind pattern, new neurons are formed in your brain. So, and that synapses to happen, we should be doing these remedies for at least some time, like 21 days or 30 days. Even if you miss for 2-3 days, you're traveling, just come back to it and do for a longer period. These remedies will give you results, because it is you who are doing the remedies. It is your mind which is doing the remedies, and nobody else. So now what happens? You have to now these whatever remedies are given are from the scriptures. So you can do them blindly. I think, Nirvan, next slide. Yeah, so best way to energize your southwest is keep a Ganesha, preferably copper or brass Ganesha. I use this is made of rose quartz. Even the crystal Ganeshas are good. So keep Ganesha in the southwest corner, because Samrangan Sutradhar, my latest book, has lot of these insights on how what god to place where, what like everybody has this same question. My god can come here, my god can is east okay, is north okay? So Manush, the Samrangan Sutradhar has about 8,000 verses. That's why I have written it in 3 volumes. All the book names, everything, whatever I have referred for this, I will be sharing in the group, like Swamiji's blogs, which I read for this particular the science thing, which I made. I read this book. It didn't start with you, and that's why we will be. I'll be sharing that in the group. So now, yes, ritual will be done after my session, Poonamji. So yeah, so southwest, we'll go back to Ganesha first. So southwest, you have to keep this little Ganesha. Keep it in your in a place which is handy. It is okay to keep Ganesha in your bedroom, because Ganesha is also a married god. He has 2 wives. So no worries, you can keep Ganesha in your drawer, locker, anywhere. But make sure you take this Ganesha in your hand, and just with this mudra, wherein the your palms are making this cup shape, and then do this, keep the Ganesha, small Ganesha, inside that, and talk to Lord Ganesha. Tell him what problems you are facing. Maybe it could be, it could be ancestral, we don't know. And it's not necessary that it comes with the DNA. It also comes psychologically. There are waves which follow, and that trauma is passed on. So this is where Lord Ganesha will help us. Talk to Lord Ganesha, and keep him back wherever he is. And you can do it during your periods, no problem. Vastu doesn't stop us, because it's a natural flow. And my guru has also said it clearly that we can pray to or touch God during our periods also. So now, Vastu remedies for southwest. Yes, you can keep my books. Read Vastu scriptures in southwest. So when you're reading my book, suppose you want peace of mind, so touch these books. All these are ancient scriptures. It has so many yantras. It has so many remedies. So when you're reading these scriptures, sit in southwest, read. Even if you don't understand, your unconscious mind will understand everything. Everything just registers there. And whenever you are ready, whenever your mental level is up to that level, these scriptures, they just come out and guide you then. So read these scriptures sitting in southwest, and keep them keep these scriptures there. No, it is not necessary to face east. It is just up to your mind, whichever. Suppose there is a window in the west, and you want to sit facing east. That will not, because you're blocking the light. So wherever there is more light, just go and sit there. Now, Vastu remedies for southwest. Yeah, so I was now the Nigantu or the Devta for this is Pitru, or the universal energies. So all the universal energies which are not the main god, but there are so many other Devtas, Siddh Purush. So all these, lot of who don't have any realms to go to, they come to the Pitra Lok. That is what is mentioned in the scripture. So now Nairiti is the Dikpal. So now who is Nairiti? Nairiti is the wife of Adharm. So it's not advisable to pray to Nairiti, because she is again a negative god. So what we do is we place a lotus or a brass lotus, or a lotus picture. This is a painting done by me. So I have framed this and I put it in the southwest region. Better to have your own drawings, your own stuff. That will always give better results than buying stuff. And just just have this lotus there, or you can even have a lotus in a water body. It's not bad to keep a water body in southwest, don't worry. Water body and the lotus, and then you can just have some water in the morning, like put some water in your palm, pray to the lotus and whatever your problems are, and just put the water in the bowl. So this is one way of doing the remedy by getting your inner stuff out. Now, what Vastu remedies? I think, okay, this is the one. Okay, sir. Yeah, Manjusha, Manjusha, I promote Manjusha the most because it is, I mean, my lifetime, 12 years, I have been making Manjusha now. This has given me the best results. How to make Manjusha, I have given in my book, Vastu Remedies. You don't have to buy from me, no compulsion. You can buy, you can make on your own. You can, no compulsion to have a Manjusha of copper. You can have a silver Manjusha. You can have a gold Manjusha, but definitely you cannot have a wooden box Manjusha or plastic or aluminum. These are not advisable. So making Manjusha and placing in southwest, because we are energizing that energy, so that gives us peace of mind. And in Vishwakarma Prakash, Kalash is mentioned. So Kalash is mentioned in southwest in Vishwakarma Prakash, and that same term is in Mayamat, it is called as Manjusha. Manjusha basically means peti. Peti means box. So you just have to place Manjusha and we are done. And yeah, you can place Ashtamangal. Ashtamangal is mentioned in all the three ancient religions of Bharat, that is Jainism, Buddhism, and Sanatan. So it is used extensively in Jainism. You will see Ashtamangal in all the entrances of the mandirs of Jain temples, all the houses we will have the Ashtamangal. So since childhood, I've been seeing Ashtamangal everywhere in my house. My relatives, we give away during the festivals. We always give away Ashtamangal. And Ashtamangal is you can draw the Ashtamangal, in one whatever paper or something, and keep that in southwest region, and pray to these. Now, what happens is there are 8 symbols. There are 8 symbols in Ashtamangal. So all these 8 symbols are nothing but they signify the energies of the universe. Now it has a swastik, it has a lotus, it has the Purna Kalash, the mirror. So these are basically these are the energies which actually help you to have peace of mind. So unless we are not at peace, there is no happiness. So now liberation, as per Jainism, is like it's like moksha. The term is moksha, but in modern term we can understand this as happiness, that we are not tied to anything. There are no strings attached, there are no attachments, and you are happy in whatever state you are. So Ashtamangal really helps. Placing them in southwest will help you with connecting with your deeper desires, which might have come from your ancestors, your deeper traumas, which might have come from your ancestors. So that is why placing Ashtamangal will really benefit. Now it can be placed, if you have a headboard, place it on southwest, place it there. If you have a study table, and anything that you want to energize, you can place Ashtamangal. Ashtamangal, if there is a kitchen, place it in the unit. It can be on top, it can be inside. If you don't want your guests to see it, you can place it inside. So there are no hard and fast rules for Ashtamangal. It is one of the most auspicious yantra which is used in all the religions of Bharat, basically. So next is southwest. This one of the scriptures has mentioned that there are, like, for 8 directions, there are 8 directions, there are 8 gemstones. So for southwest, Yes, you can keep Ashtamangal in puja room. And now, sorry, come back. When I see these messages, I'm like, I get disturbed. So now, Gomed is the stone for southwest. So because that is also for Rahu, and for southwest, the energy is Rahu. Now, all these directions in detail I'll be taking in the course Jaya, which I am announcing by the month of, I mean, after Diwali. And Sunilji, our moderator, he'll be taking the course. So again, that is not to become a Vastu consultant, but to understand these energies. And so Gomed is placed. You can place Gomed anywhere. If you have Lord Ganesha there, you can place Gomed on his forehead, on his foot, on in his hand. You can place it anything. Up to you, wherever you are comfortable. There is, see, Vastu, Vedic Vastu, the beauty is that it is always as per your ways. Now, every human being is different. All of us are unique. So that's the reason I cannot, we cannot have the standard rules that, there are fixed architecture principles which are used, but for remedies, it really varies up to person's nature and everything. Now, this is a very, very interesting concept. So what had happened was, after writing 4 scriptures back to back and working for 15 hours per day, I was like in the scriptures 15, 16 hours almost. This was in 2020, and due to over exertion, I kind of had my there was too much anxiety in me, because I was also worried that how will I get these scriptures out, and there were too many questions. So that's when I visited a therapist there was, because there's so much stuff in my head. So after visiting her, I realized that in psychology, so she asked me about about my father, about my mother, and that's when I realized that in Vastu also, sun is the father, moon is the mother. So psychology and the modern psychology that I'm talking about, and I have faced it, myself. And after talking to my therapist, I was relieved that yes, the scriptures are not in my hands. They are not, it is actually Bhagwan's way of just having me in the picture, and everything Bhagwan is going to do. So that clarity I got from my therapist, and thankfully, I know people think that going for therapy is something wrong or bad, but I realized that all the people who are very, very successful have their own therapist, because there are a lot of things that we cannot share with friends or family, because family is not interested in your, because everybody has their own ways. So that's when you need to talk it out. So when I spoke to my therapist, that is when this deep connection happened, that sun is the father in Vastu, moon is the mother, same in psychology. So that is when I realized that emotional baggages that we are carrying cannot be sometimes solved with Vastu or astrology, or going to these the healers who say that we are pseudo therapists and all. You have to, knowing so much Vastu, I know Ayurveda, I've studied everything, but still I was only relieved when I got all my emotions out about the scriptures, and having a different path altogether from my family, because coming from a Jain family, following Swamiji was something challenging. But now it's like, after talking to her, everything just fell in place, and now thankfully, I'm in one of the most happiest place I can think of. So that's the reason you have to have a very good bond with your own parents, and hug them, embrace them, kiss them, whatever. Just be happy with your parents. That will that will actually, really take you to another realm itself. We are chanting mantras. A lot of people say, I chant so many mantras, I do this sadhana, still there is problem. I did Vastu, I spent so much in Vastu, but still I have problem. Yes, even Rama's home or even Pandava's, Bhagwan Krishna's home were built by the best Vastu consultant, that is Lord Vishwakarma ji, but still they faced problem. Problem will be there. It is part of karma. It is part of, so doesn't mean that you will not do, you will not follow Vastu. This is one of the ways of getting your problems, aligned, because it's again with the nature that you are moving in. It's best to have a lot of windows, a lot of ventilation. That's the reason we should have a very well ventilated. So mantras is good to chant, but where it comes to emotional healing, you have to go back to your ancestors. You have to go back to your parents. That is when the method will become much more easier. Your life will become much more easier. So this is our mission, to revive the ancient Vastu scriptures for definitely prosperity. Everybody we want India, we want Bharat to prosper and be the Bharat. 1000 years back, we were like the top, and we can be the top again. I'm so sure about that. So these scriptures are written for you because they belong to you, and they are written for prosperity, positivity, and purity. So don't worry, just read scriptures, and you don't have to visit too many consultants here or there. Do your own Vastu. Vastu means happiness. Yeah, so that's how it is. Hari Om Tat Sat. Any questions? I'll take few questions now before the actual ritual begins. Is that okay? Or do you guys want to leave? Anybody in hurry? Chat box में बताइए मुझे, so that we can do the ritual and then begin. How do you want it? Chat box. Okay, I've explained everything very well. Thank you. So let's start with the ritual. Sunil ji, let's start with the ritual, please. Over to you, Sunil ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sunil ji has been my mentor, I would say, because we kind of, we've not met, but he met, I think, in March, and that is, he's taught me patience, and he listens to all my problems without saying a word. He's like, yes ma'am. But I'm really thankful to Sunil ji, for taking these scriptures in a Vedic way. He's a Sanskrit scholar, so he will, and he's very good with Karam Kand. So I'm sure the ritual will go very well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. I love you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your nice, lovely words. You made our day. Thank you. I request Sunil ji, this is our last part of the session. Sunil ji.
Yes. Am I audible?
You are very much audible, sir.
Wonderful. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. हरि ओम तत्सत्. आकाशात् पतितं तोयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारः केशवं प्रति गच्छति. So, before we enter into the ritual part, I would like you all to request that, since it is a very, very conditional ritual, and whenever we call our Pitar, or we do, even in Manas Puja, we do remember them, we do Pitru Trpan, we have to complete the procedure. Unless and until we don't conclude after the sankalpa, we cannot leave it in between. So in case if anybody is in hurry, and in case if they have a little short time, because this will take at least 20-25 minutes. This ritual will take at least minimum 20-25 minutes. And since we have already mentioned the material, it's not much. We are going to have mostly the Manas Tarpan. But still, in case if you have this water in a copper or glass bowl, a spoon, an asana, a sugar, and akshata. This is enough. If you don't have, just guess that you have everything in front of you, and you are going to utilize all those material for the Pitru Tarpana, right? So Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Before we start, I would request you to that, listen to my instructions. Whenever I tell you to face east, please face east. Whenever I tell you to face north, please face north. Whenever I tell you to face south, please face south. Accordingly, we will perform this ritual. I will recite the shlokas and mantras. In case if you can recite along with me, please try to recite. If not, then you can just remember your pitaras in your mind. आप मन में उनको ये कर सकते हैं, उनका ध्यान धर सकते हैं. अच्छा, एक और कंडीशन मैं आपको बताऊं. जहां मैं स्टॉप कहूंगा कि अगर आपके पिताजी जीवित है, तो एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेप के आगे आप उसको परफॉर्म नहीं करेंगे, जब जस्ट यू विल विटनेस दोज पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स, है ना. तो जिनके पिताजी जीवित है, मैं बोलूंगा जब वहां पे आपको स्टॉप होना है, देन यू जस्ट बी द विटनेस ऑफ द रिचुअल. इफ योर फादर इज नॉट देयर, देन यू कैन प्लीज कंटिन्यू एंटायर रिचुअल, राइट. So we are going forward, and this is the first step. When just imagine that you are doing the dhyana and giving the anjali to your pitaras. Now when you are giving the anjali to your pitaras, you have to give it from the Pitru Tirtha. So this is the Pitru Tirtha. Between your thumb and your first finger, the center is a Pitru Tirtha. If you are using jal, that is okay. If you're not using jal, just do the manas smaran, that you are just pouring the jal, you are just doing the anjali. एकैकस्य तिलैर्मिश्रान् स्त्रीन् स्त्रीन् दयाञ्जलाञ्जलिन् यावज्जीवकृतं पापं तत्क्षणादेव नश्यन्ति. जैसे ही हम ये 3 बार अंजलि देते हैं, हमारे जन्म से लेकर अब तक हमारे जितने भी पाप हुए हैं, वो सारे तत्क्षण नष्ट हो जाते हैं. तो ये अंजलि 3 बार देनी है आपको माइंड में. एकैकस्य तिलैर्मिश्रान् स्त्रीन् स्त्रीन् ध्यान जलांजलिन यावत जीवकृतं पापम तक्षणादेव नश्यन्ति. Anirban, next please. Yeah. Now we are entering into the real ritual. Before we start, I would request you all to have your left heel just tap on the floor. Om Hrim Astraya Fat. Just tap your left leg. And then, we are just starting the Pavitrikaran of our asana. Whether you're sitting on a chair or sitting on an asana, wherever you're sitting, we will just have the Pavitrikaranam. Om Pavitraha Pavitro Va Sarvavasthan Gato Piva Yahasmare Pundarikaksham Sabaya Bhantaraha Shuchi. Now we have to do the Ashmana. Anirban, next please. We have to do an Achmana. After Pavitrikaran, let us get into the Achmana step. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Take a little water in your right hand and just do the Achmana. From Brahma Tirth, you do the Achmana like this. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. This 3 times we did Achmana, and we are still facing the east. Every time I will tell you where to face, right? Once, if you have done this Achmana, Anirban, please go back. We have to wash our hand just by chanting Om Rishikeshaya Namaha, either by the water or just by Manasik. You just cleanse your hand, right? Yeah, next Anirban. Now this is the step 3, ignite the Manasik Deep and remember our, forever God with this mudra, Ganpati mudra, Ganesha mudra. If you are able to see, this is how the Ganesha mudra is also shown in the picture by Om Swamiji. And let us chant the mantra. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Guru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Welcome Ganesha with this Ganesha mudra, right? Now Ganesha is there with us. Let us have the Manasik Tilak and Swasti Vachan. Om Bhadram Karnebihi Shrunuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashemakshbhir Jatraha Sirai Rangai Suštuvang Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Om Swastina Indro Vruddhasravaha Swastina Pukha Vishwavedaha Swasti Nastariksho Arishthanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspati Dadatu Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Now we are going to take the Sankalpa with the Sankalpa Mudra. So in case if you are carrying the material along with you, take a little water and Akshata in your hand and like this hold those and let us have a Sankalpa Mudra, right? And let us take the Sankalpa. Om Vishnur Vishnur Vishnuhu Srimad Bhagavato Mahapurushasya Vishnu Ragyaya Pravartamanasya Adya Brahmanon Hi Dvitiye Pararde Shri Sweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvata Manvantare Ashtavinshati Tame Kaliyuge Kalihi Prathama Charane Bharat Varshe Bharatakhande Jambudvipe Aryavartaika Dashantargate. Mine is a Surat city. You can take your city's name. Surat Nagare, Krodhi Samvatsare, Mahamangalya Prada Masottame Mase, Bhadrapada Mase, Krishna Pakshe, Dvadashatithau Shukravasare, गोत्रोत्पन्न. आपको गोत्र का नाम लेना है. मेरा भारद्वाज है. वैसे आप अगर आपको गोत्र का नाम पता है तो गोत्र का नाम लीजिए, या तो फिर नारायण या कश्यप, आप दोनों में से कोई भी गोत्र बोल सकते हैं. और अपना खुद का नाम बोलेंगे. और अगर आप ब्राह्मण है तो शर्मा, क्षत्रिय है तो वर्मा, ऐसे गुप्ता, दास, ऐसे. सो गोत्रोत्पन्न अमुक नाम शर्माहम वर्माहम गुप्तोहम ममात्मनः श्रुति स्मृति पुराण तंत्रोक्त फल प्राप्त ये ग्रह दोष दैहिक दैविक भौतिक त्रिविध ताप निवारणार्थे सर्वारिष्ट निरसन पूर्वक सर्व पाप क्षयार्थ मनसेप्सित फल प्राप्ति पूर्वक दीर्घायु शरीर आरोग्य कामनया धन धान्य बल पुष्टि कीर्ति यश लाभार्थ सकल आधि व्याधि दोष परिहार्थे सकल मनोरथ सिद्ध्यर्थम अद्य श्रुति स्मृति पुराणोक्त फल प्राप्त्यर्थ देवर्षि मनुष्य पितृ तर्पणम करिष्ये. और ये अक्षता आप सामने आपकी जो डिश है वहां पे आप छोड़ सकते हैं. हाथ में नहीं है तो फिर मानसिक रीत से भी आप छोड़ सकते हैं. ठीक है. अनिर्बान नेक्स्ट. या नाउ लेट अस डू द आवाहन. सी दिस इज अ रेमेडी. जैसे हमारा वास्तु के लिए हम काम करते हैं तो ब्रह्मा जी के आसपास जो देवता है, विवस्मान, अर्यमा, मित्र, भूधर, ये सारे कंट्रोल करते हैं पितृलोक को. तो हमारे जितने भी पितृ हैं वो इनके आदेश को मानकर ही हमारे सामने उपस्थित होते हैं. तो उनको उपस्थित कराने में ब्रह्मा सहित वास्तु में जितने देवता हैं उनका हमको बहुत जरूरत पड़ता है. इसीलिए वास्तु और पितृ तर्पण ये बहुत क्लोज कनेक्शन इनका है. राइट. आपको मैं जब ये मंत्र उच्चारण करूंगा तब आपको कॉपर वेसल में जल भरना है. जैसे ये कॉपर वेसल है और इसके अंदर आपको जल लेना है. नहीं है तो आप मानसिक रीत से आप कर सकते हैं. फिर उसके बाद में राइट हैंड में ये लेकर के इसको हाथ से कवर कर देंगे और हम लोग संतों को, ऋषियों को, देवों को आवाहित करेंगे विद दिस मंत्र. ब्रह्मादयः सूराः सर्वे ऋषयः सनकादयः आगच्छन्तु महाभागा ब्रह्मांडोदरवर्तिनः। अभी हम लोग ईस्ट में ही फेस कर रहे हैं, राइट। अभी हम लोग देव तर्पण करेंगे, तो हमको अंजलि देनी है सारे देवों को। जितने भी मंत्र में उच्चारण करूंगा, मैं एक देव है तो तृप्यताम बोलूंगा, और एक से ज्यादा देव है तो तृप्यंताम बोलूंगा। अगर आप मेरे साथ में रिसाइट कर सकते हैं तो कीजिए, राइट। और आपको अंजलि देना है। अंजलि कैसे देना है? ऐसे ही हम देवों को अंजलि दे रहे हैं, तो अंजलि देवों को हम ऐसे देंगे, ये क्योंकि ये देव तीर्थ है, तो देवों को और ऋषियों को हम दोनों को ऐसे देंगे। उसके बाद में जब हमें चेंज करना होगा हैंड, तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा, राइट। तो हम शुरू करते हैं। ओम ब्रह्मा तृप्यताम, ओम विष्णु तृप्यताम, ओम रुद्र तृप्यताम, ओम प्रजापति तृप्यताम, ओम देवा तृप्यंताम, ओम छंदांसि तृप्यंताम, ओम वेदा तृप्यंताम, ओम ऋषय तृप्यंताम, ओम पुराणाचार्यास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम गंधर्वास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम इतराचार्यास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम संवत्सरः सावयवस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम दैव्यस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम अप्सरसस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम देवानुगास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम नागास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम सागरास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम पर्वतास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम सरितस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम मनुष्यास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम वक्षास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम रक्षांसि तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम पिशाचास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम सुपर्णास्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम भूतानि तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम पशवस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम वनस्पतयस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम औषधयस्तृप्यन्ताम्, ओम भूतग्रामश्चतुर्विधः स्तृप्यताम्। This is what is our Deva Tarpan. Now we are going to do the Rushi Tarpan. Here also we need to do the Anjali with the same this thing and facing the east. Om Marichistrupyantam, Om Atristrupyatam, Om Angirastrupyatam, Om Pulastyastrupyatam, Om Pulahastrupyatam, Om Kratustrupyatam, ओम वशिष्ठस्तृप्यताम्, ओम प्रचेतास्तृप्यताम्, ओम भृगुस्तृप्यताम्, ओम नारदस्तृप्यताम्। Anirban, next. Yeah. Now we are going to have the Divya Manusya Tarpan with the Prajapatya Tirtha. So it is like this. You have to take the water like this and then drop it like this from between, right? It will be like this. So this is the Prajapati Tirtha. And have the water. If not, then Manasik water. Om Sanakastrupyatam, Om Sanandanastrupyatam. Oh, this you have to give two times, right? Om Sanakastrupyatam, Om Sanakastrupyatam, Om Sanandanastrupyatam, Om Sanandanastrupyatam, Om Sanatanastrupyatam, Om Sanatanastrupyatam, Om Kapilastrupyatam, Om Kapilastrupyatam, Om Asuristrupyatam, Om Asuristrupyatam, Om Vodustupyatam, Om Vodustupyatam, Om Panchashikhastrupyatam, Om Panchashikhastrupyatam. Now this is what is our Divya Manusya Tarpan. Now we are going to have the Divya Pitru Tarpan. Here you have to face the south. Now you will be giving the Anjali with the Pitru Tirtha. So from here, the right hand between from the thumb and the first finger's center. Now this is the Pitru Tirtha, right? I am sure you all ready. You can chant with me in case if it is possible for you. Otherwise, you just can have the Manasik Pujan. Om Kavyavadanalasrupyatam idam satilam jalam tasmai swadha namaha tasmai swadha namaha tasmai swadha namaha. Right? This is 3 times we are giving the Anjali for each name. Om Somastrupyatam idam satilam jalam tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah. Om Yamastrupyatam idam satilam jalam tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah. Now we are giving the Anjali to Aryama. Om Aryama Trupyatam idam satilam jalam tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah tasmai svadha namah. Om Agnishwataha Pitarastrupyantam idam satilam jalam tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah. Om Somapaha Pitarastrupyantam idam satilam jalam tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah. Om Barhishidah Pitarastrupyatam idam satilam jalam tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah tebhyah svadha namah. Right? This is the Devya Pitru Tarpan is we have completed. Anirban, let us go to the next slide. Now we are going to give an Anjali to the Yama. And we are still facing the south only. Unless and until I request you to change the direction, don't change the direction. And we are giving 3 times Anjali from the Pitru Tirtha only, like this, from between thumb and the first finger. Om Yamaya Namaha, Om Yamaya Namaha, Om Yamaya Namaha, Om Dharmarajaya Namaha, Om Dharmarajaya Namaha, Om Dharmarajaya Namaha, Om Mrityave Namaha, Om Mrityave Namaha, Om Mrityave Namaha, Om Antakaya Namaha, Om Antakaya Namaha, Om Antakaya Namaha, Om Sarvabhutakshayaya Namaha, Om Sarvabhutakshayaya Namaha, Om Sarvabhutakshayaya Namaha, Om Audumbaraya Namaha, Om Audumbaraya Namaha, Om Audumbaraya Namaha, Om Dadnaya Namaha, Om Dadnaya Namaha, Om Dadnaya Namaha, Om Nilaya Namaha, Om Nilaya Namaha, Om Nilaya Namaha, Om Parmesthine Namaha, Om Parmesthine Namaha, Om Parmesthine Namaha, Om Vrukodaraya Namaha, Om Vrukodaraya Namaha, Om Vrukodaraya Namaha, Om Chitraya Namaha, Om Chitraya Namaha, Om Chitraya Namaha, Om Chitraguptaya Namaha, Om Chitraguptaya Namaha, Om Chitraguptaya Namaha. Now we are going to have the Pitru Tarpan. I'm just chanting this mantra and you give the Anjali from the Pitru Tirtha. Om Ushata Ushantastavani Dhimayushantaha Samidhimahi Ushanushata Avaha Pitrun Havishe Attave Ayantu Naha Pitaraha Somyaso Agnishwataha Patibhir Devayanaihi Asmin Yagne Swadaya Madanto Adibruvantu Te Avantvasmano Amuka Gotraha Asmat पिता अमुक स्वरूप आदि संस्कृत वाक्य हम ये बोलने के साथ में इनको 3 बार अंजलि देंगे। अच्छा, यहाँ पे अगर आपके पिता जीवित है तो इस स्टेप ऑनवर्ड्स आप परफॉर्म नहीं करेंगे, बाकी जिनके पिता नहीं जीवित है वो सारे परफॉर्म करें। रेस्ट ऑल यू कैन विटनेस एंड यू कैन जस्ट डू द मानसिक स्मरण ऑफ ऑल अदर पितरस। यथा अमुक गोत्र, take your gotra's name. Asmat Pita, take your father's name. Amuka Sharma, वसुरूपस्तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोकदं तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः। जिनके फादर नहीं है वो ही ये 3 अंजलि देंगे, राइट। अमुक गोत्र, अभी हम दादा की बात कर रहे हैं। अमुक गोत्र, चैंट योर गोत्र, टेक योर गोत्र's name। अस्मत् पितामहः, नेम योर दादा। अमुक शर्मा रुद्र रूपस्तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोकदं तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः। अभी दादा के पिताजी, फादर ऑफ योर ग्रैंडफादर, अमुक गोत्र, अस्मत् प्रपितामह, अमुक शर्मा, नेम ऑफ द फादर ऑफ दादा। आदित्य रूपस्तृप्यताम् इदं स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः, तस्मै स्वधा नमः। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट माता, जिनकी माता जीवित है वो ये नहीं करेंगे। अमुक गोत्रा, अस्मन् माता, अमुकी देवी, वसुरूपा। नाउ यहाँ पे when there are ladies, we will be talking about तस्यै, not तस्मै। अमुक गोत्रा, अस्मन् माता, अमुकी देवी, वसुरूपा, तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः। मदर ऑफ द मदर, अमुक गोत्रा, अस्मत् पितामही, अमुक देवी, रुद्र रूपा, तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः। मदर ऑफ द ग्रैंडमदर, अमुक गोत्रा, अस्मत् प्रपितामही, अमुकी देवी, आदित्य रूपा तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः, तस्यै स्वधा नमः। Next, Anirban. Yeah. Keep pouring water from the Pitru Tirtha until I complete this mantra chanting. Om Udirataamavara Utparasa Unmadhyamaha Pitaraha Somyasaha Asumya Iuravrukarutagnaste no avantu pitaro havehu angiraso nah pitaro navagva atharvano bhrugavah somyasaha तेषां वयसुमतौ यज्ञियानामपि भद्रे सौमनसे स्याम आयन्तु नः पितरः सौन्यासो अग्निश्वातः पथिभिर्देवयानैः अस्मिन् यज्ञे स्वधया मदन्तो अधिब्रुवन्तु ते वन्तस्मान् ऊर्जवहन्तिरमृतं घृतं पयः किलाले परे श्रुतं स्वधा तर्पयन्त मे पितॄन् पितृभ्यः स्वधायिभ्यः स्वधा नमः पितामहेभ्यः स्वधायिभ्यः स्वधा नमः प्रपितामहेभ्यः स्वधायिभ्यः स्वधा नमः अक्षन् पितरो अमिमदन्त पितरो अतिनृपन्त पितरः पितरः शुन्धध्वम्। यहाँ पे आपने जो शक्कर लेके रखी थी साथ में, ये भी थोड़ा हाथ में लेके जल के साथ में आप उसका भी एक अंजलि दे दें वहां पे। अगर नहीं है तो मानसिक रीत से आप दे दें, है ना। हमने जहां यहाँ पे बोला है ऊर्जवहन्तिरमृतं घृतं पयः किलाले परिश्रुतम्। Anirban, let's go to next, please. Yeah, we are already there on the next. We are still facing the south only, and we are giving the Anjali to our Pitrus only. Ye cheha pitaro yeva neha yansha vidmya yam uchana pravidmya tvam vethayati te jatavedah स्वधाभिर्यज्ञगुं सुकृतं जुखस्व मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः मार्द्वीनः सन्त्वोखधीः मधुनक्तमुतो खसो मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुं ज्योरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमान् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः। हाथ में दाएं हाथ में शक्कर और पानी लेकर के पितृ तीर्थ से अंजलि देंगे। ओम मधु 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 तृप्यध्यम तुप्यध्वम तुप्यध्वम। ओम नमो वः पितरो रसाय नमो वः पितरः शोषाय नमो वः पितरो जीवाय नमो वः पितरः स्वधायै नमो वः पितरो घोराय नमो वः पितरो मन्यवे नमो वः पितरः पितरो नमो वो गृहान्नः पितरो दत्तसतो वः पितरो देशमैतद्वहति पितरो वास आधत्त। हरिः ओम। Anirban, next please. And we are still facing the south only. Now we are going to give the tarpana towards our mother side gotra, Dvitiya gotra, right? So Nanihal side, mama side, and here everybody can do. There is no, even if your father is there, you can do the manasik pujan. Asman matamah amuk, you can take the name. वसुरूपस्तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः। 3 बार अंजलि दे रहे हैं हम लोग। अमुक गोत्रः अस्मत् प्रमातामह परनाना। अमुकः his name. रुद्ररूपः तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः। Now, father of mother. So, Nanaji के पापा. अमुक गोत्रः अस्मत् वृद्ध प्रमातामहः अमुकः आदित्य रूप तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः तस्मै स्वधा नमः। Now, mother's mother. अमुक गोत्रा अस्मन् मातामही अमुकी देवी दावसुरूपत्याम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः। Now, Nani's mother. अमुक गोत्रा अस्मत् प्रमातामही अमुकी देवी रुद्ररूपत्ताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः। Mother of the Parnani. अमुक गोत्रा अस्मद् वृद्ध प्रमातामही अमुकी देवी आदित्य रूपा तृप्यताम् इदं तिलोदकं तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः तस्यै स्वधा नमः। This is we are going to have the pre-closure. So face east, right? We are now we are thanking all the devas, yakshas, nagas, gandharvas, and rakshasas who have brought our pitaras towards us. They Anirban, back please. देवासुरास्तथा यक्षा नागा गन्धर्व राक्षसाः पिशाचा गृह्यकाः सिद्धाः कुष्माण्डास्तरवः खगाः जलेचरा भूनिलया वायव्या धाराश्च जन्तवः तृप्तिमेते प्रयान्त्वाशु मदत्ते नाम्बूनाखिलाः. Like this we have given the Anjali by facing the east. Right? Now let us go to the next slide. Now we will be facing the south. Right? जितने भी हमारे पूर्वज जो शायद उनको मुक्ति नहीं मिली है या जो अभी भी वहाँ पे मुक्ति पाने के लिए they are waiting for their number. I would like to tell you, before we go carry forward on this slide, Parashara Muni, the father of the Vyasa Muni, he has said that, the Manushya Jivan, the Ayushya of Manushya by Brahma is decided to 120 years. Now, in whatever the age the Jeev left the Manushya Loka, The balance they have to live in the Pitruloka only. Let's say somebody has passed away at the age of 90 and the total age is 120. So 120 minus 90 is 30. So 30 years they will be still residing into the Pitruloka. And hence towards the those Pitrus, we have it becomes our duty that we do the Pitru Tarpan for them, right? And now we are facing the south and we are just giving the Anjali by the Pitru Tirtha only. नरकेषु समस्तेषु यातनासु च ये स्थिताः तेषामाप्यायनायै तद्दीयते सलीलमया ये बान्धवाश्च ये न्यजन्मनि बान्धवाः ते तृप्तिम् अखिला यान्तु यश्चास्मत्तो अभिवाञ्छति ये मे कुललुप्तपिण्डाः पुत्रदारविवर्जिताः तेषां हि दत्तमक्षय्यमिदमस्तु तिलोदकम् अब्रह्मस्तम्भपर्यन्त देवर्षि पितृमानवाः तृप्यन्तु पितरः सर्वे मातृमाता महादयाः अतितकुलकोटिनां सप्तद्वीपनिवासिनां अब्रह्म भुवनालोकादिदमस्तु तिलोदकम्। तो जो हमें ज्ञात नहीं है, those Peter whom we don't know, those Peter who didn't have any kids and they went away without the kids, to all those our Gotra Pitru, we have given the Jalanjali to them. Now we are going to have the Bhishma Tarpana and we are still facing the south only, right? And we are giving the Anjali from the Pitru Tirtha. Bhishmah Shantanavo Virah Satyavadi Jitendriyah Abhiradhiravapnotu Putra Pautro Chittam Kriyam। पितृ तीर्थ से हमने इनको अंजलि दे दी, ये भीष्म तर्पण हमारा हो गया। अभी हम लोग को पूर्व में फेस करना है और बिफोर वी गिव द अर्घ्य टू सूर्य भगवान, सूरज देवता, let us cleanse ourselves by having Achmana, right? Take the water in your hand and 3 times. Om Keshvaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha. Then cleanse your hands by chanting Om Rishikeshaya Namaha. And then we are giving an arghya to Suraj Devta with the Devatirtha. Namo Vivasvate Brahmanna Bhasvate Vishnu Tejase Jagat Savitre Shuchaye Savitre Karmadayine. Right? We have offered the prayer to the Surya Bhagwan, Suraj Devta, Aditya ji. And now we have to do the pradakshina. In case if you can stand up, please stand and do the pradakshina. Just clockwise on your feet only. Just do it. Jani kani cha papani janmantara krutani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinam pade pade. Right? So we have done the pradakshina also. We have given the Surya Arghya also. So you can sit down. So we have given the Arghya to the Suraj Devata, and now we are completing our Sankalpa, and we are just devoting our entire karma to the Brahma, right? And by this we will say thank you to the Brahmaji for giving us an opportunity to satisfy our Pitaras, to give them the Anjali, and then we will conclude our workshop, right? Anirban, next slide please. Yeah, now we are again facing the east only, and we are giving the arghya to the Dasha Dikpal from the Devatirth only. So all this direction, you just can imagine that all the directions you are praying. Om Prachay Namaha, Om Indraya Namaha. So Prachay is a Purva, east. Om Agnayvai Namaha, Om Agnaye Namaha. Om Dakshinayai Namaha, Om Yamaya Namaha. So we are, chanting the direction, praying the direction, and we are praying the God of the direction. Om Nairutye Namaha, Om Nirutaye Namaha, Om Pratichai Namaha, Om Varunaya Namaha, Om Vayavyai Namaha, Om Vayave Namaha, ओम उदिच्यै नमः, ओम कुबेराय नमः, ओम ईशान्ये नमः, ओम ईशानाय नमः, ओम ऊर्ध्वयै नमः, ओम ब्रह्मणे नमः, ओम अधरायै नमः, ओम अनंताय नमः. Right? Now we are chanting to all the gods and giving them the Jalanjali with the Devatirtha. Om Brahmane Namaha, Om Agnaye Namaha, Om Pruthivyai Namaha, Om Aushadebhyo Namaha, Om Vache Namaha, Om Vachaspataye Namaha, Om Mahadbhyo Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Adbhyo Namaha, Om Apam Pataye Namaha, Om Varunaya Namaha. Now, to the next slide. Yeah, now we are making our entire karma samarpan to the god. And we are just doing the sankalpa also completion. So you can take the water in your hand, akshata in your hand, and we are just chanting this mantra and just drop it to make our karma complete. Right? अनेन यथाशक्तिकृतेन देवर्षि मनुष्य पितृतर्पणाख्येन कर्मणा भगवान् पितृस्वरूपी जनार्दन वासुदेवः प्रियतान्न मम. ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Now let us chant this mantra. प्रमादात् कुर्वन्तां कर्म प्रच्यवेताद्वरेषु यत् स्मरणादेव तद्विष्णोः सम्पूर्णस्यादिति श्रुतिः. यस्य स्मृत्या च नामोक्त्या तपो यज्ञक्रियादिषु न्यूनं सम्पूर्णतां याति सद्यो वन्दे तमच्युतम्. यत्पादपङ्कजस्मरणात् यस्य नाम जपादपि न्यूनं कर्म भवेत् पूर्णं तं वन्दे साम्बम् ईश्वरम्. ॐ विष्णवे नमः, ॐ विष्णवे नमः, ॐ विष्णवे नमः. Now here we are completing our entire Pitru Tarpana karma, and those who have done Mansik, those who have done physically, please remember Mansik and physical all have the same result. Rather, whenever we do the Manasik Pujan, it has much multifold, the Phala Prapti which comes to the Manas Pujan. So that is how it happens. And now we are doing the closing prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Over to you, Anirban. If ma'am is there, you can hand it over to ma'am or however.
Thank you, Sunil ji. Thank you so much. It's really awesome. सबके लिए ही मैं बोलना चाहूंगा सबके तरफ से कि बहुत 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 शुभकामनाएं सबको. आप सबका पितृ को आपने जो आज तर्पण किया, उनका जो उनको स्मरण किया, उन सबकी आशीर्वाद आप सबको मिले. सुनील जी, ये थैंक यू वंस अगेन. आपने हमें ये मौका दिया कि हम थोड़ा आपके जरिए अपने पितरों तक अपना सब कुछ मतलब पहुंचा पाए. वर्ड नहीं है कुछ बोलने का. थैंक यू सो मच. इसी जरिए मैंने भी अपने पापा को याद कर दिया. थैंक यू. आई बिलीव सर. सुनील जी, इसके बाद कुछ और कोई रिचुअल्स करना है?
नहीं, दिस इज
कोई ध्यान ऐसा
नहीं
कुछ?
नहीं 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 नथिंग. इन केस नैवेद्य अगर बता पाए सब लोग, अपने अपने घर में जो भोग बनता है वो ऊपर टेरेस पर जाकर के दक्षिण दिशा में हमारे पितरों को अगर दें तो वो crows do come as a दूत of Aryama and they do take this. And in case if you can do the Brahman Bhoj, maybe 1 Brahman, 3 Brahman, 5 Brahmans, etc. पितरों को जो भी हम लोग अर्पित करते हैं वो ब्राह्मण मुख से आगे जाता है. तो अगर आप ब्राह्मणों को खाना खिलाते हैं या ब्राह्मणों के नाम से किसी मंदिर में दक्षिणा देते हैं तो दैट विल बी डायरेक्टली रीचिंग टू योर पितरस. That is how it goes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this water can be dropped in the word people का पेड़, बड़ का पेड़, या नदी में हम या तालाब में, किधर भी किसी भी water source में we can put it. Don't put it in any tree in the home. Not at all to the Tulsi ji, Shri Tulsi ji. Yeah, I am
Thank
over,
you.
Anirban. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sunil ji. Ma'am, over to you with your few words which can enlighten us also.
I think his ma'am is not there, or I don't know. If she is not there, we can conclude the workshop.
Yeah, no problem. So I
Yeah.
believe maybe there's a problem. So okay,
Yes,
thank you so much.
Yeah, people tree we can pour in this water.
So we are giving another 2-3 minutes to all. अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है या कुछ है, आप चैट में लिख सकते हो या फिर रेज हैंड कर सकते हो. Then we can conclude the session. अगर पर्टिकुलर इस रिचुअल्स के बारे में आपको कुछ पूछना है.
Yes. निखिल जी का क्वेश्चन है, या फर्स्ट तर्पण एंड देन नैवेद्य, वो भोग. नैवेद्य we cannot call it नैवेद्य, but it is भोग. No cut will have the Pitru dosha. If we do the Pitru Tarpan regularly in all the Pitru Paksha and the Tithi of the Pitru who went, we have to do the Pitru Tarpan. Actually, it is said that, अतर्पितः शरीराद रुधिरः पिबंती. All राक्षसास, अगर हम तर्पण नहीं करते हैं तो राक्षस हमारे शरीर का खून चूसते हैं, ऐसा शास्त्रों में कहा गया है. तो अगर हमें कोई बीमारी या कुछ तो भी ऐसा एनी काइंड ऑफ एनीमिया और एनी अदर थिंग, इन केस इफ वी आर facing if we do have less hemoglobin, that means there is some Pitru dosha which is there and we need to do the Pitru Tarpana.
थैंक यू सुनील जी. बाय द वे, मैं ऑल फ्रेंड्स सबको बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि वी विल हैव अनदर सेशन ऑन नंदा which is a 2 days workshop. If anybody is interested, you can do let us know in the same group to the admins. आज शाम को 4 बजे से 7 बजे और कल भी 4 बजे से 7 बजे तक 2 दिन का ये वर्कशॉप है. If you want to attend, you are most welcome. Thank you so much. हम इस सेशन को कंक्लूड करते हैं. Thank you.
Yeah, the recording will be available on Graphy with the little bit of the charges which Graphy lays down. Yeah, the entire session's recording will be available on Graphy maybe in 2-3 days time. Yeah,
Thank
Anirban,
you. Thank you
please
so much.
conclude.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.